Hi, my name's Shane Richard. I'm from Mystic, Connecticut. I've been cutting here at Wayne's Barbershop for 7 years full-time, and I love it. For school, I went to Grosso Tech here in Groton to trade school. So I ended up picking hairdressing, and never went to college, but right out of school I started cutting hair, and I've been cutting hair ever since. I've pretty much been on the path of barbering since I was a freshman in high school. So all the friends, I went to a tech school, so you get to make new friends, and the new friends that I made were gonna go do plumbing, and I was gonna follow them. And in middle school, I was a follower. I was following the cool kids. So when I got to high school, it was like a brand new start. So I said, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go with those guys. I'm gonna do something totally different. And I had my mindset towards hairdressing because my brother Wayne had the barbershop, and I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go try hairdressing. And how could you go wrong? There's just a bunch of pretty girls in there, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And then my freshman year, I cut hair on a mannequin, and I said, I really like this stuff, so I stuck with it, and here we are. My first job that I ever had was in high school at Benny's, right next door. They're closed now, but that was a fun job. Me and my best friend were always fooling around, but I was always just working up to be a barber. And in high school, I did art. I think I still stick with art. I still draw and I paint, but I think because of barbering, because of my artwork, my barbering has evolved in 7 years. It just makes me a better barber because I was an artist and I still am. And I think they go hand in hand because this is just an art and I get to do it every day and it's amazing. I come to work happy. It's fun. It's fun. Barbering is just a great experience and there's nothing like it. The challenges with me in the beginning with cutting hair was just seeing if people would let me do things. I'd have my buddies like, hey, you know how to do an afro? I'd be like, yeah. And I'd mess it up, but then they wouldn't let me do it. So, getting them to trust me again, but just learning in general. I think here at the barbershop was different before. When I first started here at Wayne's Barbershop, it was a bunch of older barbers. There's Wayne, but all the other barbers, they would look at me and they would get upset if I was looking at them, watching them cut hair because, I'm a visual learner and I think they knew that and I could look at what they were doing and then I'd try it because I'm still like that. Like I go to the barber expos and I just went to a barber class in Boston with Sharp Fade and a guy from Brazil, I forgot his name, but I did something today that he did. I get to, it's just, if you're done learning in this industry, you're done in this industry. It's always evolving. That's why it's just so much fun. You can't miss. So I was always fairly decent at barbering because I wouldn't let them leave my chair until they were at least decent. I used to spend 2.5 hours on a haircut, but when they got out of the chair, it was good. I've had experiences where, yeah, I messed up. I was doing this one thing that Wayne was teaching me, and I was about a year into the game here after high school, and I was sculpting. What sculpting is the little tiny hairs that are poking out from either a plastic attachment or a thinning shear. We would sculpt with the trimmers. So I was sculpting everybody, and Wayne was telling me, don't do that. And I said, I'm fresh in the game. I'm feeling myself a little bit because I was doing it and they were coming out nice, and I was like, yes, and I was happy, I was excited. So I was doing it on an older guy, and I was 2 chairs away from Wayne, and I was still at the time where I had to call Wayne over to check my haircut, and boom, hit a hole in this guy's head. I hit a pothole, and I was sweating for about 30 minutes combing this spot, and I'm serious. I was combing it just like it would disappear. That's not gonna disappear. So I was like, all right, I gotta call Wayne over. So I said, Wayne, and I faced that side, on the side where Wayne couldn't see. So he was looking at the haircut and walking over like, yeah, this looks good, looks good. He did a good job, tapered it, everything looks good. So he's getting to that side, he's creeping around, he's looking at it, and then he just looks at me. So he has to buff it out, But from that moment, I've never done it since, and 6 years later. Barbering it's still having the biggest impact on my life. It's just learning, but I don't know where I would be if I didn't have barbering. I went to trade school for it. I don't like school. I wouldn't go back to college. I would probably be stripping.
I like that.
Well, here at Wayne's, it's been here over 50 years, walk-ins only. We have a Navy base right up the street, and we have, we do good work. We're known for good work. And even back then when I first started, we had great barbers in here. So getting clientele wasn't an issue because they would always keep on coming in. So the money was always good from the beginning, and especially right out of high school, getting money, but you have to work, you have to put the work in. Your money just doesn't come. You have to learn. And I think the biggest key, not just in barbering, but in life, is patience. Because if you have patience, you're dangerous. Everything, if you don't have patience, it's not gonna work. The advice I'd give to somebody who's just starting out is keep your mind open. Don't be afraid to do different things. I see guys still now that are afraid to do like a cut. You know what I mean? Like, challenge yourself. Always challenge yourself with everything. But in barbering, challenge yourself. Like in the video that I just did, I skipped blades to make a fade faster. A lot of people would be afraid to do that, but you're not gonna learn anything if you don't do it. It just doesn't pop in your head and you know how to cut hair. No, you have to put the work in, be patient about it, because it'll all come together if you really want it to. As long as my body allows me to cut hair, I'd love to cut hair for the rest of my life. I would love to evolve, and just even being here for 7 years, seeing other barbers come in here and evolve. I've been here the longest compared to Wayne, so I've seen Giovanni and Josh and Molly and even Steven, he's 19, and they're just evolving as barbers, and it's cool to see. But yeah, patience, just keep on working, never stop working. My last words are, have fun. This barber industry is getting way too cocky, and it's all based off egos, and I'm free flowing. That's how you should be. Don't take yourself too serious, because if you do, I think you're whack. Just have fun.